Hi guys, it's me Vic, and today I'll be taking a look at the Action Base 2 Gray for 1:144 scale model kits by Bandai. Taking a look at the packaging, we have the name written at the top. I bought it for $6.49 at Hobbytown USA. The name, High Grade Universal Century RX-78-2 and Char Zaku 2, showing some features of the Action Base with them, including some swivel joints, attachment points, and the bases themselves. It's compatible with high-grade Universal Century models, high-grade Gundam Seed models, and 1:144 scale models. Reason being, it was released in 2007, so apparently, I guess it was when the high-grade 00 line had not kicked off yet. So, on the back, you can see the different connection points. Only made with polystyrene plastic, and retails for 450 yen. Cracking the bag open, well, you get a single runner of gray parts, and great. A little bag of screws and bolts. This thing, I have no idea what it is. It's a sticker for something. I guess it's a label. I don't know. And the instruction manual is just the back side of the information sheet, I guess. Pretty simple instructions. I'll be back in a bit. Once it's built, this is what you get. It's completely molded in gray plastic, and all the joints are polystyrene on polystyrene with metal screws and bolts to reinforce them. So, for articulation, there's a hinge at the top which can pivot to either side. It's very sturdy right now, but you can adjust each of the joints with a screwdriver. There's another hinge here, which can pivot like so. There's a flap at the back which can open up to allow you to adjust the height of this bar. You can set it at any of one of the indents, like so. At the bottom there is another hinge which can pivot like so, and there is another bar here which can pivot and let you adjust the height to stabilize the stand. You can once again set it to any one of these indents. The stand itself can rotate on the base all the way around. Also, you get two of these attachment points, attachment pieces to attach to any one of these trapezoid base pieces. I have it in the standard configuration with two connected like this, but you can also connect them like having them side by side like this, and then plugging in the attachment piece. You can also store them at the bottom when not in use. Now, for the connectors, first of all, you get the common connector for most recent high-grade kits, which connects in very nicely, pretty stable. So, since most recent kits have a hole in the crotch, such as the high-grade Rizal, it can just plug in like so, and it is surprisingly tight, much tighter than the Seed Destiny and 00 stands. Next up, we have the 6mm wide connector for the old school HGUC kits, such as the RX-78-2 Gundam. Since they did not have holes in their crotches at the time, they can just plug in like so. Now, the only problem about these connectors is that they kind of limit the hip mobility, but you can still pull off some pretty nice poses with them. And it plugs in, again, very nicely. It's very solid. And that makes for a quite nice effect. Next up, we have the 7mm wide connectors for the high-grade Advance of Zeta kits, such as the Jim Quell, which I'll have wider hip bars than the old school ones, Again, it fits in pretty nicely, if I can get it to fit. Yep, there we go. And that looks pretty nice. Next up, we have the rectangular peg connector, which is for kits such as the high-grade Galgugan Gym Custom, which both have a rectangular hole in the crotch. And you can plug it in like so. And this one feels particularly stable. Yep. Oh, whoops. Of course, you can't fight gravity. Lastly, we have this connector with a screw. It's for kits such as the high-grade Zigak, which I do not have, so unfortunately I cannot show you how it connects. All in all, I think this is a great stand. It's got connectors for every single high-grade Bandai has ever released. The joints are very sturdy, reinforced by screws, and you can even adjust the tightness. The connections themselves are very stable, although that can vary depending on the kit. Like, say the Jim Quell's connection is not as sturdy in that it cannot go upside down without falling off, but that's kind of to be expected. It's a very cheap stand at 450 yen, and for what it's worth, it's a great stand. So if you care about posing your kits dynamically in the air, I suggest you pick one of these up. They come in many colors such as gray, black, red, blue, green, clear green, clear red. You get the idea. So, this was Vic, and I'll see you next time.